Have you heard? Premier Heating and Air is kicking off the new year with great savings on all 2023 year-end models. Get huge discounts on all closeout models. So call Premier Heating and Air while these new 2023 year-end models last. And right now, get up to $2,000 federal tax credit on qualified systems. Great deals with tax season almost here. Premier Heating and Air, where financing is available for all homeowners. Log on to dublin.premierishere.com or call 478-300-2633 and experience a Premier difference today. Premier Heating and Air is a locally owned and operated company. And this offer ends 1/31/24.
Before we get started, I'd also like to ask everyone that's here with us tonight to please keep Dr. Fred Williams, our lead learner, school superintendent, his family in your thoughts and prayers as his dad passed last Friday. He's not able to be with us tonight. He's already called me today. He actually went as far as to tell Jason, get this thing on live stream so I can watch it where I am. That's how much he cares about what's going on. But he wanted me to give you his condolences for not being able to be here tonight. We certainly understand and keep him and his family in prayers. Brother West, if you'll offer a little prayer for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Holmes. Welcome to all of you. A big shout out to this football team. Love you guys. We had a great year. One of the best nights I've had in a while was in Swainsboro when you guys beat the tar out of them. That was awesome. And to you cheerleaders, the team wouldn't be a whole lot without you, and we appreciate you as well. Let's pray together. Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for this special night. And God, what a joy it is to celebrate a lot of great young men and great young women. Lord, we love this school. We thank you for Dublin High School. God, we thank you for Dr. Fred, the great man of God that he is and the great leader he is. And God, we know in his time of sadness that you're right there with him to bring comfort. We pray, Lord, that you continue to walk him and his family through this valley time and bring him out on the other side. And I have no doubt, God, that the kind of man that Dr. Fred is, that his father was a godly man as well. And we know where that man is tonight. We love you and ask you to bless this time we have together. In Jesus' name, amen.
Obviously, I want to welcome everyone here tonight. It's an honor to be able to come and recognize the success of these young men and these young women. The one thing I tell them quite regularly is it's not easy to be Dublin Irish. It's not easy to be a football player at Dublin High School, and we totally understand that. Expectations are always high. Without expectations, you cannot achieve greatness. I want to be able to have a special night for the senior players and parents. It's hard when your child is doing their senior banquet because y'all been in this journey together. And when that time comes, that kind of is signaling to you at that point that things aren't going to be the same anymore. So enjoy the night. We appreciate senior football players and cheerleaders for what you've done. And we want to enjoy this evening. We'll recognize all of our individuals, okay? I've got one award here that I need to present right off the bat. Dr. Williams was out of town and I needed his help on this, because the gentleman I'm presenting the award to told me that he had to go to another meeting at 7 o'clock. Usually we finish our program every year with the Fan of the Year. I think this has been long overdue, because it doesn't matter whether it's a football game, a baseball game, a basketball game, a soccer match. If Dublin's in it, he's there to support them. Now, he might be our board chairman, but board chairmen are not required to be at any athletic events. And I would dare you to find one anywhere that's been more loyal to Dublin football or Dublin athletics. So our fan of the year this year is Mr. John Bell.
You made this hard, John.
I think somebody pulled something over on me. Now, Dr. Williams told me I had to be here to accept an award for him.
We're proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Folks, in order to have any type of success in the school's athletic program, it's like anything else, it's going to start at the top. And the first thing I want to do is I want to recognize our administration at Dublin High School, and we're going to start with our principal, who has been phenomenal to work with. He's been supportive. He's at just about anything that goes on with Dublin, and he's here tonight, Dr. Michael Overstreet. A guy that carries a lot of load for us on Friday nights, as well as at basketball games and everywhere else. Assistant Principal, Mr. Josh White. Miss Antonique Madison, I don't think she's here tonight, but it's one of our administrators that helps us a great deal. This other lady jumped on board this year, and her Dublin spirit is obvious. Miss Susan Curtis. And another one of our administrators here is a Dublin Hall of Famer football player, Reggie Cordy. We've got some other system administrators and personnel that I want to introduce and say thank you for all that you've done throughout this season to make Friday nights special in Dublin, Georgia. Ms. Jamie Freeman came on board this year. She is our game day coordinator. You don't think a whole lot about it, but all the different times that things show up on the sidelines. My wife came to me. You remember the night at the game when all the lights went out? And the next thing you know, our cheerleaders are down there with their cheerleaders, and they're doing some things to help pass the time away. Well, that was Miss Jamie Freeman that made that happen. So, Miss Freeman, stand up there. Thank you very much for all that you do. A young lady that does a lot for your student athletes at this school, along the lines of helping make sure that they're signed up with the NCAA clearinghouse, they're getting their FAFSA informations done, a lot of different roles that are played in order to make sure that your child has as much of an opportunity to succeed as anybody, and that's Miss Stephanie Stubbs. Thank you, Miss Stubbs. The Jumbotron took a big lick this year. They got a new one, it's bigger, it's better. It's got a lot of things going on it. Well, the guy that makes all that happen and keeps it running the way it's supposed to do is Mr. Patrick Warren. I don't think anybody around anywhere has the type of people that are making our children look good, exposing them, helping get their successes out into the public, than our people that work in our board office and handle our media. The guy that's phenomenal and handles most of the athletic end of it is Mr. Jason Holcomb right here. Also, Miss Ashley Michelle Thublin is another young lady that works in that same type role, and she helps out a great deal, and we appreciate her. But Mr. Jason is the one that handles third and threes. Anything that our players ever get recognized for, it's out on social media. Jason makes it happen, so thank you, Jason, for that. We had a new lady kind of roll in and working in the front office. So I come walking in there one day this summer, and the first thing I hear is, Coach, I need a football helmet. I've got to make this front office look like it's supposed to when people walk in during football season. She does a great job. She answers the parents' phone calls when you call the school. I know she does it with a lot of passion and love. So, Ms. Chelsea Maddox, thank you for everything you do in our front office. I don't think she made it in tonight, but without a good bookkeeper, an athletic director, and a football coach is in trouble. Ms. Carolyn Honey Rozier handles all the books for us in the front office and just does a tremendous job. Okay?
Train for a new career or go further in a field you love with education and skills training from Oconee Fall Line Technical College. OFTC offers 130-plus programs in high-demand fields that will prepare you for the workforce fast. That's 2 years or less. Classes are hands-on, giving students practical experience to be successful on the job. With affordable tuition and flexible classes, you can fit college into your lifestyle. Isn't it time you loved your career? Get started with OFTC today. Oconee Fall Line Technical College. Careers begin here.
Hey, my name's Chandler Gerard.
I'm Kyle Gerard with A+ Flooring and Construction. And here at A+ Flooring and Construction, we believe in teamwork.
Come let our team service you with flooring, construction, and garage doors.
So come shop with us at A+ Flooring and Construction at 371 Georgia Highway 338 or visit our website at aplusconstruction.biz.
Or give us a call at 478-676-2662. Thank you.
I was kidding Dr. Williams' nephews today, and he had talking with me on the phone, and one of them's dad was there, and I said, you need to bring them on up here to Dublin. Get them out of Florida where football's soft. You need to bring them on up here. Because if you do, at Dublin High School, you get a full scholarship. So what that means is tuition is free, your books are free, and you're going to get fed 3 meals a day if you're an athlete. So that's, other than the housing, that's a full scholarship. Okay? Well, Miss Pam Jones, who handles nutrition, along with Miss Rakita in our cafeteria, make sure that not only the football players, but cheerleaders, baseball, whatever it is, when you get ready to go home in the afternoon, you got something there to eat on your way out. So we want to say a special thank you to the school nutrition personnel. Sitting in the back, always not ever getting his due, but the one setting this room up, making sure the NFHS is working, so if you can't get to the games, you can watch them live stream on NFHS. The person that handles all that is Mr. Jeremy Ellenberg, sitting in the back here. I don't think my stat man could make it in tonight, but he's been doing our stats forever. You say, well, what kind of big deal is that? Well, when you pick up the newspaper on Saturday mornings, or you see any of the stats through the Central Georgia Sports Reporter, the Macon Telegraph, and all that, how do they get it on Saturday morning? Because Brent Tanner does all of our stats for us during the game, and he's the one that makes sure that information gets out so your child can get a pat on the back when things go the right way, okay? So Brent Tanner. Probably one of the hardest things. Football is not real hard because I've got several coaches with CDLs and we can drive. Cheerleaders, y'all got to have a way to get to the games, right? Well, I think John Strickland deserves a big pat on the back as transportation director. Shane Allen's in here, and I'm going to mention him in a minute. He was doing it for a while, but making sure that our athletic teams have transportation to wherever we've got to go is not an easy chore. So thank you to those persons, transportation. There's nobody that's cooked more meals for the young persons of Dublin High School or Dublin Middle School than the tailgate king, Ron Pierce, who provided your meat today. So, and his sidekick, on most every occasion this year was Mr. Michael Daniel. Where's Michael? There he is on the front. You couldn't hardly, if there was a game going on Dublin on a Friday, those guys were out there getting the food ready. So thank you for that. Y'all don't realize it, but chain gang are huge. And you don't want to be looking 20 minutes before kickoff trying to find somebody to operate the chains. The guy that first off the list been doing it for a long time, and I rely on him heavily to make sure that we get it done, is Mr. Josh Deriso. He's in the back. He said he's on lunch break, so he'll probably be slipping out in a minute. Our Booster Club president for next year has been toting chains for quite some time, and we're glad to have him now in the role as the Touchdown Club president, Mr. Alton Culver. Nelson Carswell IV this year had to fill in game one because the guy was out, and all of a sudden, Nellie said, man, I love that, being down on the field right next to the action. So Nelson Carswell IV was one of our chain guys, okay, and Mr. Jason Yates works with our system. I haven't seen Mr. Yates tonight. He was invited, but he filled in and helped us with the chain gang, okay? To make everything come together, obviously, it's got to come from the top. Is it unbelievable that Dublin City Schools superintendent is the Georgia Superintendent of the Year? That's unbelievable. And I gave him a hard time. Doc and I go back to when I first got here. And he was the defensive coordinator. And we go in and we start talking, and I interview all the coaches. I bring them back the next day. I said, Doc, I need you to coach the offensive line. Do what? No, he played offensive line in college. He said, Coach, I've been the defensive coordinator. I said, I understand. I need you to coach the offensive line. Because without a great offensive line, you ain't winning games. I don't care how good your backs are. If your line's not where it needs to be, you're not winning. He said, all right, Coach, that's what you need. That's the type of person he is. That's why it doesn't surprise me he was named Superintendent of the Year. And now he's down to the Final Four for the National Superintendent of the Year. So we're wishing him the best of luck with that. Unfortunately, whenever I'm trying to spend money, whether it be for football, cheerleading, or whatever, a lot of times I have to go over and beg at the central office. Ms. Christy Thublin, okay, Assistant Superintendent with Finance, and Chad McDaniel, who's her assistant. Those two individuals have always been willing, if at all possible, to make sure that the things we need to have our athletic programs be the best they can be. And we do appreciate all the help out of Ms. Christie and Mr. Chad, okay? Without those people are at the top, but see, there's a group of people that are above them. Those people can fire all of them and the rest of us below. That would be your Board of Education. You met our longtime board chairman here a few minutes ago, Mr. John Bell. I want to recognize our vice chair. He's probably getting ready for the wrestling tournament coming up here, okay, because he doesn't miss much. It has to do with Dublin. Mr. James Lanier, the vice chair. Mr. Nelson Carswell IV, who served earlier in the year. Ms. Peggy Johnson, Mr. Kenny Walters, Ms. Laura Travick, Mr. Bill Perry. 3 of those are now no longer serving on the board. They were during the season, and we've added 3 wonderful new board members, Ms. Regina McCrae, Ms. Joanne Oliver, and Ms. Mandy Smith. If any of y'all are here, please stand up, any of our board members. Any of them make it in tonight? And we got one right here. Miss Glover, thank you. I think probably the number one thing that's overlooked the most, in order to have a successful football program, you need the right person or people in your middle school program. There's a reason it was not by luck that our freshman class this year had 30-something football players in it. That wasn't luck. That was because of the leadership of the Dublin Middle School football staff, and the head football coach is with us tonight. Phenomenal young man, does a great job. Keep sending us those great players. Coach Seth Watts. Stand up, Coach. I know everybody enjoys the opportunity to see or listen to the games on the radio. And one of our gentlemen's here the other night, the other one wasn't able to make it, Mr. Bill Perry, did our games on 101.3, wasn't able to be with us tonight, but his sidekick that made it all happen was on the PA. Now he's on the radio, Mr. Johnny Payne.
Badcock Home Furniture and More is your home store, where you'll find great savings on new living room sets, sofas, love seats, recliners, and more. Badcock Home Furniture and More has great savings every day on bedding and bedroom sets. Shop Badcock Home Furniture and More for a great selection of dining room sets, and save every day on electronics and appliances at Badcock Home Furniture and More, 1927 Highway 441 South in Dublin. Call 275-3144 for more information, or stop by and see Wendy and Tim Sumner or any of their friendly staff today at Badcock and More Home Furniture Store, where no credit is ever refused.
Now's the time to get a great deal on the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience. Professional grade mowers, durable sidekick utility vehicles, and versatile compact tractors. It's the equipment you need to take care of your land. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, plus save up to $800.
Your Kubota dealer is Mid-State Tractor and Equipment, 1325 North Jefferson, Dublin.
Courier-Herald newspaper, they weren't able to be here tonight. Their sports editor was out covering a basketball game, I think, at Trinity Christian. So we'll get word to them about who's our award winners and that type stuff. But we appreciate the Courier-Herald for coverage of Dublin athletics. The ones that if you're coaching football or you're in cheerleading, you know you're going to be beat up, bruised up, and banged. And you're going to need some treatments and some care. We have a great working relationship with Optum Sports Health here in town and Dr. Hanson. Anytime one of our athletes needs to be seen, he's going to get them in. He's going to get them in quick. And he's going to do everything that he can to get them back on the sports field ASAP. And we appreciate all that goes on with Optum Sports, and especially the fact that they help provide us with the absolute best trainer in Georgia, Miss Melissa. Where are you at, Coach Melissa? Couple of young men went home sick tonight, but they're always with us on Friday night. Carried a lot of load for us. J.D. Hogan, Will Wallace, 2 of our middle school players that served as managers for us on Friday night. I want to thank our 12th man staff. They've been a part of us for a long time. Where's Mr. Maddox? I saw him back here somewhere earlier. He may have done slipped out. But Wes Maddox, with the 12th man, does a great job of helping us with all our duties on Friday nights. The other guy, he doesn't have to be there now. but he's sideline control. Every once in a while tries to straighten out an official for me. And if we only have 10 men on the field, he's always the first one to notice and ask me what I want to do about it. It's our baseball coach, Todd Hogan. Last but not least, or no, it's not last, I want to mention this guy has more rings than anybody in Dublin when it comes to athletics. He is our guy. We can't make it work without him, okay? Friday night man handles the balls. Now, if it's pouring down rain, I don't worry about it because Chuck's going to be on it, okay? Maurice Slaughter, Big Chuck. If you want your son to get recruited, part of the deal is you need quality film. And trust me, the film we send other schools and what they send us ain't even close. Our film people do a phenomenal job, and one that carries the film duties for us on Friday nights is Miss Whitley McLeod. Where's Miss Whitley? She here tonight? There she is in the back, filming, no doubt about it. Thank you, Ms. Whitley. And I mentioned a minute ago, Mr. Shane Allen started the year as transportation director, but even when he moved back into the police force business, he continued to travel with us. He'd drive a bus, one of the 3 buses for us, and he was kind of our sideline security. If anything needed to get handled, Shane was able to handle that for us, okay? I want to say a special thank you to our cheerleaders. Y'all were wonderful. You really were. Those run-through banners, I'm kind of partial, because I'm an old guy, I'm kind of partial to those old-style ones, you know, where y'all do them yourself and they run through them, you know. But it was really nice to see that tradition come back from years past. So what I want to do right now is turn this program over to Miss Jamesia Howard, okay? And she's going to award our cheerleaders with their awards. You want to walk down here? Huh? You can't be getting embarrassed. Come on. Y'all give this girl a round of applause.
Ladies, gentlemen, parents, and coaches, our incredible cheerleaders, welcome to this year's banquet. Tonight, we gather to celebrate not just the cheers and the chants, but also the dedication, the hard work, the teamwork, and the spirit that these girls have shown all throughout the season. Here's to a memorable evening of recognition, laughter, and camaraderie. Now, if you will join me in a warm welcome to our junior varsity cheer team. Our junior varsity cheer team, our junior varsity cheer team was made up of Amiri Woodard, a lot of our girls are sick, so they wasn't able to make it. Just send a prayer up for them, y'all. Next, we have Keelia McLeod. Next, we have Miss Madison Jones. Next, we have Javia McCray. We also have Miss Rakaya Griffin. You're welcome, baby. Yes. We also have Mrs. Akaya Blackshear. And lastly, we have Miss Taylor Turnley. Oh, what? at the end of the season, the girls completed a poll amongst themselves where we would choose individual awards. These awards range from the most spirited, leadership, and things of that sort. So at this moment, I would like to recognize those JV cheerleaders for their awards. First, we have our most valuable cheerleader. Our most valuable cheerleader for the JV team will go to Miss Taylor Turnley. Don't you run on. I got it. Next, we had Lucky's Leadership. You can go off, baby. That award will be awarded to Miss Amiri Woodard. She's not here tonight, but we will be sure that she receives her award. And then we also have the Irish Spirit Award. That award will go to Miss Keelia McLeod, who is also not here tonight.
You've been saying you want it, and now's the time to get it. Pool and patio furniture in style with fabrics you want, comfort and durability you deserve. You'll even save on accessories and add your own personal style. Come see the full line of pool and patio furniture at Mid-State Pools and Spas today and bring home a colorful poolside. Now's a great time to save at Mid-State Pools and Spas, located on Veterans Boulevard in Dublin. Mid-State Pools and Spas. We know pools.
Thank you to our JV team for such an awesome season. And without further ado, it is my honor to introduce the varsity cheerleaders. These remarkable individuals embody the epitome of dedication, skill, and spirit. It takes a lot to be a cheerleader. It's more than just what you may see on the sideline. You don't get to see the bumps, the bruises, and the hiccups that go on behind the scenes and at practice. It get ugly, y'all. But once again, these girls have done an outstanding job when cheering our boys on, representing our school. So once again, I would like to welcome our varsity cheerleaders. And we will start with Miss Dazani Whipple. Next, we have Miss Derica Lewis. Then we have Jemiah McClendon, Kamariana Bell, Kennedy Brown, well, you gotta be ready when you just gotta be ready. I'm sick of you. Also, we have Miss Nigeria Anderson, who is not able to be with us tonight. Next, we have Miss Amelia Thomas. We have Miss Coriana Washington. Next, we have Miss Jalea Carr. What? Can you just look at Jason? Somebody, okay. Okay, different. I like that. I rock with it. Wait, you about to push me? You good, baby? Next, we have Javiana Hayes, Jalea Wright. Those ladies were not able to make it. LaHarmony Spikes. Megan Haywood. Nadia O'Neill. Shelby Ann Thrasher. Hey, Shelby Ann. Come on. Okay. And Malaysia Stewart. We have Ms. Peyton Culver. What these stand for? What is that? The pen. Come on, baby. You so cute, girl. Pushing feet. Next, we have our seniors. We have Kumba Diallo. And then we have Miss Shalia Parks. Y'all shine. Me too. Okay, here. At this moment, I would like to go ahead and present those individual awards for our varsity team. We have Most Valuable Cheerleader. This award will be going with Miss Amelia Thomas. Don't thank me. I ain't do it. You earned it, baby. Next, we have our Lucky Leadership. That award will go with Miss LaHarmony Spikes. You got it. Next, we will have our Irish Commitment. That award will go with Miss Jalea Carr. Yes, ma'am. And then we have our Irish Spirit Award. That award will go with Miss Peyton Culver. Alrighty, no. All right, and our final award tonight, is the Captain of the Year Award. And that award will be presented to Miss Shalia Parks. Ms. Parks will also be receiving her award for her 4th year athletic award. You hold that over there, and I'll hold this. cheerleaders portion of tonight's banquet to a close, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to each cheerleader here. Your passion and hard work and unity have not only elevated our performances, but have created lasting memories. Let's carry this spirit forward, supporting one another on and off the field. Cheers to a fantastic season, and may the bonds we have forged continue to shine bright. Thank you, and let the celebration continue.
Jackson's Income Tax Service is ready to serve you today. Jackson's Income Tax Service is open year-round, so don't delay. Come in today and get your tax return done and out of the way. Jackson's Income Tax Services always stay abreast of current and future tax laws. Our lobby is now open to the public, and you may come in and file your tax returns in person. We still offer drop-off, email, and fax services for other options. So count on Jackson's Income Tax Service and get your tax return done today.
So come to Jackson's Income Tax Service,
where experience makes the difference.
From humble beginnings with a desire to serve the Dudley community, Bank of Dudley has grown to 5 locations, serving Lawrence, Twiggs, and surrounding counties. Serving our community since 1905, the Bank of Dudley is looking forward to its 2nd century of community banking. Drop in today to any of our 5 locations: Jeffersonville, Dudley, East Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, and downtown Dublin. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Folks, I want to recognize what I think is the best coaching staff in the state of Georgia, and I'm very, 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 very proud to be able to work alongside of each of these persons on a daily basis. We spend a lot of time together, a lot of time. You got to have a passion for the game, got to have a love for the game. You got to have a desire to teach young men how to be successful and how to win. It's not always about X's and O's. That's not everything that you get out of being a high school athlete. And I think I've got a group of men that push your child to be their best every day. Sometimes they may push them harder than you want them pushed. But at the end of the day, everybody is trying to get the same result. And that's for your child to be the most successful they can be and have an opportunity when they leave high school to be great fathers, people that can hold down a job, and people that can be successful in life. The young men that work with me on a daily basis, our assistant head coach works with centers and guards, Coach Joel Ingram. Our coaches will come up and I'll call them up. We're gonna be here all night now. Y'all let me call them all up, and then you can give them all a round of applause at one time, okay? Our defensive coordinator, who this year we allowed less than 17 points a game, which is, in my history of being a head coach, that's what we've allowed, is just under 17. We were able to do that again this year. Our defensive coordinator, also the best fishing defensive coordinator in the state of Georgia, Coach Joe Stubbs. We have co-offensive coordinators. Both of them have input on Friday nights. All of them have input on Sundays. But our quarterback coach and also our fullback coach, Coach Riley Holmes. Our other co-offensive coordinator comes off the front, because if they can't block, it don't really matter what goes on with the backs. So our other co-offensive coordinator, who works with tackles and tight ends, Coach Keaton Wilson. Our special teams coordinator, who also works with our linebackers and our kickers, Coach Brad Wallace. Our wide receiver coach also works with returners in the return game, Coach Ronald Bonner. I'm sorry to say that my next coach is hitting that retirement button at the end of this year, and he won't be back with us. But he coached our running backs. He's had a great career as a football coach, Coach Ted Bellflower. Next guy coaches defensive backs. Coaches our defensive backs, does a great job coaching those D-backs, Coach Fred Williams. Our defensive run game coordinator coaches our defensive ends, who I really felt like that their position group made the most improvement from last year to this year. And I think a lot of that had because of his direction and his work and leadership, Coach Scott Pagano. One of our coaches is not with us tonight. He's already accepted a position, a graduate assistant role, coaching defensive linemen at Cumberland University up in Tennessee. So he won't be back with us next year, but did a great job for us this year, Coach Logan Bell. The guy that makes everything happen, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's our video coordinator and he's director of football operations, B-Wall, Brandon Walden. And then really the person that coaches the team, if it weren't for her, we wouldn't have players back on the field. And she carries as much weight as anybody. When she tells me one can't go, then one can't go. If she says, suck it up, Buttercup, and get to work, then I tell you to suck it up and get to work. So our athletic trainer, Coach Melissa. I want to thank my wife, who's home babysitting one of the grandkids tonight that's sick, but all the other coaches' wives for allowing us to do a job that we love, the time and energy it puts into it. Not much weekend time. A lot of you parents may not realize that. Our coaches, it doesn't matter if we get home at 1 o'clock from a Friday night game, we're back in on Saturday morning at 8. We usually go home about 1. We're back in on Sundays at 1, and we go home at 8:30 or 9 o'clock on Sunday night. That's just the preparation it takes to try to make sure we're ready to get a game plan in throughout the course of that week. So thank you to all these, and give them one more big round of applause.
Count on the #1 realty company in Dublin and Lawrence County when you're looking to buy or sell a home or land. All of our agents, including Brian Howell, Charlene Lamb, Adam White, David Deves, Jennifer Bradley, Mark Bateman, Kim Thompson, Pamela Lee, Edie Webb, Jay Brantley, Jim Jarrett, Raina Duverly, Yvonne Robertson, and broker George Dirt are ready to serve you today for all your commercial, residential, or rental property. Call 478-272-1535 or stop by 1700 Veterans Boulevard in Dublin, or just log on to c21dublin.com and you'll be dealing with the #1 realty company in Dublin and Lawrence County, Century 21.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dustin Gay. I'm a local orthopedic surgeon with Houston Clinic Orthopedics, and we'd really like to invite everybody to come out to our new office facility to take a look at it. It's a larger space with physical therapy, and we're just excited to have it, and we'd love for people to come out and visit us.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
And the way we're calling these letter certificates out is by class, then by number. So first year letter winners, Tristan Bell, Jr. DJ Woodard, Jr. You're gonna bound up here, or you're gonna use the steps. Anthony A.J. Johnson, first year letter. Right here, they'll hand you your stuff. First-year move-in player for Dublin, who's also a junior, Jadon Parker. First-year letter winner, junior, Eduardo Bigelow. Now we're starting with sophomores. First-year letter winner, Bennett Lake. You see, I got to get him to learn his plays. Come on, DJ. LaPhillip Bigham. Elijah McDowell. These are our sophomore first-year players. Now we're jumping into this freshman class. The line is long. CJ Carlos Stubbs. Sound like a crowd favorite. Travion Bostic. Trey Bostic. Jacob Carr. Ty Salter. Jaquino Lamb. Zion Porter. Smokey. Glenn Harris. Jalen Nelson. Brandon Mitchell. Jamarian Ricks. Kai Young. Jabari Bell. Nazian Mitchell. Jalen Doherty. Dorian Carcamo. Blake Lukey. John Oliver. Jadon Boogie McCray. Jaden O'Neal. Waterian Charleston. Deontay Walker. Mandarian Mando Stanley. Kingston McLarian. DeMarcio Walden. Elijah Briscoe. Good job, big boy. Jacarian Jones. Acadian Marshall. Folks, all of those are first-year players. A big key to our future success is how many of those turn into four-year players. As you'll notice, look at that class. When we get to the senior class, four-year guys, there are 7 of them. Now remember, I told you from the beginning, being a football player at Dublin High School is not easy. There's always expectation, there's always commitment. And if you want to play, you earn your chicken. You have to compete for your playing time. Teams that usually have great success have a large number of seniors, but they have a large number of seniors that have been in a program for 4 years. So guys, I hope you hang in, I hope you stick with it, I hope you compete, because I don't know, y'all might get one of those rings before you get out of here. So keep battling, okay?
I'm Brian Bazemore, President and CEO of Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County. We would like to invite you to come by and experience a welcoming banking environment. Come by today and have a cup of coffee and let us talk with you about our many products, savings accounts, checking accounts, CDs, and our many loans. You're more than just a number to us, you're family. Come by today, Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
I'm Glenn Register, and on behalf of all the employees at Hometown Supply, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you. We have everything from four-wheelers and golf carts to cell phones and computers to flat screens and appliances. We have affordable payment plans to fit your budget. Just remember, if you can't do business at Hometown Supply, you just can't do business.
The next 2 guys are seniors earning their second letter certificate. Mr. Jaya Jackson. And a guy whose body may have changed as much as anybody on our football team, but it wasn't necessarily in the advantage of being a football player, because he came in as a guy that looked like he was going to be a lineman. And all of a sudden, by the time he got to be a senior, he looked like he ought to be playing wide receiver. Jeremiah Juicy Alexander. Juicy, how much weight have you lost since you started playing? About 50 pounds? Lost about 50 pounds in the 2 years that he played football. Looks good, doesn't he? Juicy. Next guy had a great year for us, Mr. Sirius Towbridge. And his brother, who I don't think is here tonight, Jordan Towbridge. Next guy's body changed in the other direction as much as anybody on the football team from 1 year to the next. Second year playing football at Dublin High School, Mr. Brandon Chapman. Next guy came out of nowhere. We didn't know exactly what he was going to be, and he turned out to be one of the guys we could count on the most. Started in the offensive line for us, Antoine Hudson. Next guy kind of goes unnoticed till he screws up. That's your long snapper. Nobody ever notices your long snapper until what? It's a bad snap. Well, Jeff, I don't think they had to notice you this year because you did a great job for us. Backup quarterback, long snapper, Jeff Davis. Next guy might be the toughest guy on the team. We lined him up one day in a one-on-one drill. He was having to go against the senior, and everybody thought that senior was fixing to whip him, and the next thing you know, he done knocked the senior's helmet off and asked him, did he want some more? Azante Walker. Next on the list, he's on the injury report right now. He got hurt in the basketball once basketball season started, but he had a great year for us, and he's got to have a great year next year. Quantavious Lovett. Next, the offensive lineman. Got some serious playing time on the JV. He's made a lot of progress all along. Matthias Baker. Mr. Zaylen Foster. I don't think I've seen Zaylen tonight. Next guy might come up here dressed the nicest on the table. The kids kind of called it out in the weightlifting class. He's styling and profiling. Isaiah Red. Come on, Big Red. Red looking good. Looking good, dog. Next guy started for us in the offensive line and was Mr. Dependable. He just consistently got better, and we're looking for some great things from him next year, Tamaj Carswell. All right, our next group we'll call up are third-year letter winners. That means they've been with the program for 3 years. The first two I'll call out are seniors. Martravius O'Neal and Drew Rozier. The next group are juniors. Zay Bostic. Willie Batts. Terrell Williams. Micah O'Neal. Gabe Payne. Davion Moore. Kamari McCray. Job, Brennan Big Baby McLeod. DeAndre Harmon. Jarvis Greensnake Wiggins. Last but not least, in the third-year group is a gentleman we can't do without. He don't score any touchdowns. He don't make any tackles. But he keeps us in line and helps these guys do everything they need to do. Third-year manager, Mikey Pattisall. All right, our fourth-year guys. Remember what you saw in the freshman class, the numbers. Now look around and look what you get that have hung in there and battled for 4 years. It's admirable, and it's not always easy, okay? So number one in your program, number one in your heart, Corn Rozier. Corn played tight end, he played linebacker, he played some DB. Corn right now has a school that's made him an offer. He's got to decide if that's the one he wants to take on signing day, but hopefully he'll be signing a scholarship here in a couple of weeks. The next young man didn't do anything but make big play after big play, Cam Hampton. The next is probably one of our most complete young men that works his tail off, Malachi O'Neal. And I'm sure you're going to hear a little bit more about some of these guys later on. Cheerleaders, if y'all would give us a chance, we'll get through. Thank you. Damari Foster. Damari didn't look the same, but he is the same player. When he got his hair cut, he caught us all off guard. But we kind of like it, don't we, Mama? That's my boy. He's looking good. Connor Daniel, place kicker. Next young man is only the third player in the history of Dublin High School to sign a football scholarship with the University of Georgia. He had more offers for Power 5 schools than anybody in the history of Dublin High School football. Nasir Johnson. And last but not least, he's not the tallest, but he might be the baddest, okay? Fourth-year senior, had the highest number, 78. That's why you last on the program. Kelwan Gilmore.
Hi, I'm Brandy, and I would like to invite you to experience our newly renovated mammography suite at the Fairview Park Hospital Breast Center. Our breast center has its own dedicated entrance with a relaxing boutique-like waiting area. You can make your appointment online anytime at fairviewparkhospital.com or by calling 478-274-3919. Most appointments take 30 minutes or less, and we will have your results back to your doctor within 24 hours.
You ready to meet the latest addition to the family? The money you saved us with auto owners helped make it all possible. It really is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Excuse me?
Third best thing.
Third best thing.
Auto Owners offers discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance because they think the more you protect, the more you should save. That's simple human sense.
Ask Curry Maffett Insurance in Dublin and Augusta if auto owners make sense for you.
These were the gentlemen that were named All-Region Honorable Mention. Senior Corn Rozier, Junior Kamari McCray, Junior Willie Batts, and Junior DJ Woodard. Those were your honorable mention, all regions. Our second team, all regions. Senior, Kelwan Gilmore. Senior, Martravius O'Neill. Senior, Cam Hampton. Junior, Sirius Towbridge. Junior, Antoine Hudson. Sophomore, Tamaj Carswell. These were second team, all region. Put it on them, Teletubbies. First team, all region, senior, Eli Hartwell. First team, all region, senior, Damari Foster. First team, all region, senior, Drew Rozier. First team, all region, senior, Nasir Johnson. First team, all region, senior, Malachi O'Neill. First team, all region, junior, Brennan McLeod. First team, all region, junior, Micah O'Neill. First team, all region, junior, Brandon Chapman. Nah, you rock that paint pretty good. You rock that paint pretty good. Come on, guys, come on. The next award, those were all first team. It's hard to go much higher than first team, but this young man did. Region 2A, Athlete of the Year, Zay Bostic. All right. All right, Jason, I think all of these will be coming from over here, headed back that way. These were all state, received all state recognitions from Recruit Georgia, honorable mention, all state, Damari Foster. Recruit Georgia, honorable mention, All-State, Malachi O'Neal. Recruit Georgia, honorable mention, All-State Junior, Brandon Chapman. First team, All-State from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and honorable mention from Recruit Georgia, All-State, Zay Bostic, Jr. GPB, all classification, All-State. First team, AJC, All-State. First team, Recruit Georgia, All-State, Nasir Johnson. Good job, big boy.
Good evening. I want to get out the academic awards. The freshman academic award goes to C.J. Stubbs. Sophomore, Jeff Davis, ranked #1 in his class. Junior, Michael Patterson. And senior, Drew Rozier. Drew confused. He don't know which way is on the other side.
I did want to mention, Coach did say it, but to hit the nail on the head, right now Jeff Davis is ranked #1 in his class. In the senior class, #2, the salutatorian as it stands today, is another football player, Drew Rozier. I can say this, I'm not sure exactly where the freshmen all rank, but I did pull just the GPAs of our players. C.J. Stubbs, who won the freshman, was 0.2 of a point higher than another player on our team. 0.2. So that's going to be a battle to watch those guys as they progress on the way through.
Since 1916, Gravely has been designed, engineered, and made right here in the USA. Whether you prefer gas or electric, every Gravely has been forged with the commercial landscaper in mind. So they're not only built to last, but to also keep you riding comfortably from dawn to dusk. So ask yourself, are you ready to graduate to a Gravely? Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
Hey, I'm TJ with Dublin Outdoors and Power Sports, formerly known as Myers Equipment Supply. We're your full-line dealer for Gravely lawnmower sales and service.
Quality products and installation since 1985. That's 4 seasons.
Normally every year we have 4 captains. This year we have 5. Now you can say why if you want to. Folks, I can honestly tell you, and we've talked about it and agree as coaches, this has really been a good group of persons to coach. They came to practice every day. As a group, the leadership was pretty darn good. The expectations were always high. These guys exemplified a winning attitude consistently. So we went ahead and we've got 5. First one on the list is Malachi O'Neal. Second on your list is Drew Rozier. Third on your list was Nasir Johnson. Number 4 was Eli Hartwell. And number 5 was Xavier Bostic. Okay, Coach Ted Bellflower is going to come up and present our JV Offensive Award.
Good evening. First, I'd like to thank Coach Holmes for bringing me here for this year. It's been a great year for me to finish up my career here. This young man that I'm going to give this JV Offensive Award to, there's probably no secret out there who's going to get this. Made me look like a smart coach a lot of times calling JV offense, Trav Bostic. Trav's got a great career ahead of him. I know he's going to work in the classroom. He's going to work in the weight room. He better anyway, or I'm going to come back and get him. But I know he's got a great career ahead of him, and y'all will be proud of what he's going to do on the field.
What's up, y'all? My name is Coach P, and this player, can I move this? All right, there we go. All right, so right here, he's a freshman, and he came from West Lawrence. And obviously, if y'all know me, as players, parents, whatever it is, I am a super intense coach. So, and that's not going to change. So this kid, he plays D-tackle. And he wasn't in my group, but, on scout team, I got to work with him every day. The JV games that were at home, I got to watch, help coach him out and whatnot. And he got better every week as the season went on. He plays offensive tackle. He plays D-tackle. And this is a kid who's going to grow into a college player, I think. Sky's the limit. So this year's winner, JV Defensive Player of the Year, DeMarquio Walden.
I'm Coach Ingram, and I'm going to be giving out the Scout Team Offensive Player of the Year Award, okay? In all my years, and I got a lot on me now in coaching, and a lot of these Dublin kids and anywhere I've ever been, they always hear me say, the best coach on the field is the Scout Team, okay? That's where you learn everything. And this ought to be called a selfless award because everybody thinks that the Scout Team's supposed to be target practice, young guys. It's who gives the best look. And what I liked about Dublin is we had a lot of guys, when they come off the field on defense, they would jump over there on offense. And you were talking about the Swainsboro win. That was a concerted effort all week of our young players and some of our older ones. We actually would go out and practice early during class and work their plays, and it worked masterfully for us. So this guy right here was very instrumental in that all year. Because when we would play spread offenses, he was always the guy that could demonstrate that. And for his selfless efforts, he was one of our main players, but he jumped right over there and helped us on scout too. Scout Team Offensive Player of the Year, Mr. Cameron Hampton.
Hi, I'm Coach Riley Holmes. I'm also going to be giving out an award for the Scout Team Offensive Player of the Year. Has anybody ever seen a college football practice or an NFL practice and they have the Scout Team quarterback wearing a different colored jersey? Does anybody know why they have them wear the different colored jersey? We don't wear those at Dublin, right? So being the Scout Team quarterback can be tough at times, right? But this young man, I never had to find him when we needed a Scout Team quarterback. And he, from day one that he got here, he served his role as a Scout Team quarterback, and he did it for the sole purpose of trying to better himself for when his chance comes to be out there on Friday nights. That's Mr. Bennett Lake.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Coach Fred Williams. I'll be announcing the Scout Team Defensive Player of the Year. This year, this was a guy that, to be quite frank with you, our offensive line couldn't block, and he was going to let you know that that he couldn't be blocked by the offensive line. He definitely made our offensive line better each and every day, and he was going to let you know that he was at practice and ready to work every day. The Scout Team Defensive Player of the Year goes to Mr. Quantavious Lovett.
If you're in the market for affordable transportation, come into Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales today. Getting to work, school, or around town every day requires dependable transportation. And that's what you'll find at Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales. We offer bank rate and in-house financing, so credit is never a problem. Come in today and see TJ, Trey, Alan, or Britt at Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales, where good deals and good people meet. Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales, online at DublinAutoSalesGA.com. Come by and see us at 606 East Jackson Street in Dublin, or give us a call at 478-275-2010. Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales.
First Lawrence Bank invites you to experience banking at its best. Whether you have personal or business needs, we're a full-service bank big enough to handle all of your banking needs and small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank like First Lawrence Bank. Looking forward to your future. That's First Lawrence Bank in Dublin and Dexter, member FDIC.
Okay, so the award I have is Most Improved Player, and I think this is a fitting award for a gentleman that last year was our JV Defensive Player of the Year. And last year, I think he weighed, maybe 165, and he put in so much work in the offseason, him and Drew did, with countless other guys, and he went from 165 to about 205 within 4 months. So, buddy, we got to drop you down a little bit now, okay? Just a little bit, okay? But this kid led our team in tackles for loss. He had 18.5. Led our team in sacks with 5.5. Led our team in quarterback pressures with 8. Led our team in forced fumbles with 4. And then I think that's it. Yeah. So without further ado, Brandon Chapman.
Coach Wilson is going to present the next award, but I want to give it just a little bit of background because it has a name on it. It's called the Paul DeFazio Award. I never met Mr. DeFazio, but the coaches that were here prior to me, especially George Hagler, who's the kicking coach, talked about what a competitor Paul DeFazio was. He said he was a small Italian dude who talked kind of funny, and he did all the filming for Dublin football. Well, back in the day, everything was 16 millimeter. There's no sound on 16 millimeter. Well, toward the end of Mr. DeFazio's career, they switched over to videotape. And the coaches had to go in and start turning off the sound on the videotape on Saturday mornings because Mr. DeFazio would get very upset if Dublin was ever losing, and the things that they said he would say were not appropriate for anybody to hear. So, thus, the Paul DeFazio Award goes to a competitor, and we'll let Coach go ahead and make sure we identify that individual.
All right, so the Paul DeFazio Award, he talked about being a competitor. You know, to be a competitor, you don't got to be big. You don't got to be strong. You really don't have to be anything except have a lot of heart. As an offensive line coach, anywhere I've ever been, I've just looked for kids that want to be mean and want to give me all they got all the time. And I'll be honest, this guy did not play my position the year before. He's only his second year playing football. And, you know, just being around Coach Ingram and his knowledge and stuff like that, he said, look, I'm telling you, Coach, this kid's going to be good. I'm like, I don't know. He's got like a little froggy stance, and I'm really worried. Like, they've moved him to tackle. And the truth is, like, he's right. Coach Ingram was dead on about this kid, and he hit the bullseye. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know that I've ever coached a tougher kid. A lot of people probably don't even know this, but we go down to Brooks County, and this kid plays with a broke foot. And guess what? He's like, it don't hurt, Coach. It don't hurt, Coach. And then after the game, he's limping. I'm like, I thought it didn't hurt. He said, it hurt a little bit now, Coach. But, you know, just an absolute tough dude, man. And I'm so proud to coach him, so proud to know him. He's a better person than he is player. Antoine Hudson.
I'm going to try to be short and sweet. My voice is about gone. The next award is the George Hagler Award, Special Teams Player of the Year. This kid, I challenged him last year when we got done with the season, and I said, one thing that you've got to do is you've got to get in the weight rooms, you've got to hit it hard, and you've got to give me everything you got. And, well, he did a little bit more than that. One of my other jobs is to help maintain the Shamrock Bowl on the turf. And one thing that I kept noticing is I kept on noticing a bunch of holes around the 40s, around the field goal area, PAT areas where we normally practice, and the holes kept getting deeper. Well, during the season, I patched them like 3 times, but I told him during the season, I said, man, I patched your holes. You're gonna have to adjust. But Special Teams Player of the Year, Connor Daniels.
Next, I'm going to be presenting the Offensive Player of the Year. When we start the season, we pretty much put every bit of our offense in, and as the season goes on, we take away what we don't need anymore, and we try to emphasize the things that we're doing really, really well. About week 3 or week 4, we weren't too happy with our offensive production, and on a Sunday, I don't know if I've ever been in a heated coach's room like I was on that Sunday. We pretty much made a decision as a coaching staff that we were going to commit to running the option as much as we possibly could, because we felt like that's what we needed as a football team. Now, when you're running the option, your quarterback is having to make a decision of who's getting the ball within about 2 steps of him getting the snap. Okay, it's a pretty quick decision, and if he makes the wrong one, it usually ends up pretty bad for your team. And I remember Coach Holmes looked me in the eye and he said, "Do you think Micah can handle running the option this much?" I said, "Yes, sir, Coach. I believe in him." And this young man, he was the engine of our offense this year. I'm looking forward to one more year with him, Mr. Micah O'Neal, Offensive Player of the Year.
We're stocking up on our Nissan inventory so we can bring prices down. And we all know what that means.
Start the new year with a new Dublin Nissan. Save time, save gas, make your first stop Dublin Nissan for Titans, Rogues, Altimas, and more. It's our best selection in years at Dublin Nissan. Choose from 23s or 24s, loaded with all the options you want at prices that'll make you smile.
So just come on by Dublin Nissan and let us make your holidays better.
With a history of over 100 years, Farmers State Bank has built our reputation on neighbors helping neighbors. We faced our trials together, and we're celebrating our accomplishments today. The future is bright, so hold fast to your dreams and join us in looking ahead. We are Farmers State Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Farmers State Bank, banking is as easy as FSB.
All right, this next award that we're giving out for Defensive Player of the Year, it's going to go to a kid that was 3-year starter for us. He was second on the team in tackles, led the team in solo tackles, second on the team in tackle for losses, about third in interceptions. Just a great individual, great kid. Came out, worked hard for us. Damari Foster. All right, this next award that we're giving out, it was unanimous decision for all the coaches. This kid showed up every Friday night. Every Friday night. There was some days at practice he was sick and he We just had to get him to Friday nights. We get him to Friday nights, and he was going to show out for us. I kind of gave him a nickname that I used to call him. I call him Him, and he was him every Friday night. That award goes to Xavier Bostic, two-way player of the year.
The next two awards are going to be for dedication, ability, and leadership, okay? These ought to be called the uncommon awards because nowadays, dedication, ability, and leadership are three things that are becoming further and further away in the vernacular of American sports, okay? Holding yourself accountable, holding other people accountable, and not blaming people, but, holding yourself accountable and others, being dedicated to your craft, and showing also ability on the field. And it was a home run. Most of the time, in my experiences, you give these awards, you could call these as going to be a great husband and father award, okay? So for these two young men, the first award for 2023, Dedication, Ability, and Leadership goes to senior Malachi O'Neal. Our second award for dedication, ability, and leadership, like Coach Pagano, I'm a very intense coach, and I've loved the position. I coach offensive line. I've coached it for 24 years, and I love it. And I know what good looks like, and I know what great looks like in terms of people. And I worked with a young man this year. I don't know what his plans are. He's probably going to go into something a lot more fruitful than coaching, okay? But the closest one that I've ever coached to being a coach that with his work ethic, the way he did not complain, the way that he took delight in his teammates succeeding, is senior Drew Rozier.
Good evening. I'm Coach Brandon Walden, and I'm here to present the Catapult Top Speed. The Catapult, it measures speed, work effort, and output on the field. Our fastest runner this year was Damari Foster with a top speed of 22.7.
Our next award is also related to our catapult system. It measures quite a few things. It measures energy expended during practice. It measures your total distance run. It can tell us what percentage of the time you were in at least a jog. And sometimes when you look at some players' charts, they look like a roller coaster. Like one day they're way up here, and then the next day they're way down here. But these two guys that got this award, the Catapult Top Dog Award, when you looked at their charts, it was a flat line. They gave you everything they had every single day. And it didn't dawn on me until I was standing over here, these two young men that proved on our GPS tracking system that you can't fake this stuff. These two guys that got the Dedication, Ability, and Leadership Award on our Catapult system showed it every single day. Our two Catapult Top Dog Award winners are Malachi O'Neal and Drew Rozier.
Hi, I'm Tom Dominy. Here at Dublin & Nelson, we pride ourselves on providing the industry's highest quality products at the most competitive pricing. We are a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry, and we can answer your questions and help you get the parts and equipment you need. From Moen to Renee, we carry the plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products you need from the brands you trust. We also carry a great lineup of Milwaukee tools. At Dublin & Nelson, our goal is the long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment, doing things right, one customer at a time. If you have a question, or if you're looking for a hard-to-find part, give us a call. Our experts are ready to help. Order online, give us a call, or come by at 507 Airport Road in Dublin. We're committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day.
Hi, I'm Perry Williamson, and we've been baking here at Williamson's Bakery since 1927. In 1965, my grandfather, Merle Williamson, hung our name on this bakery. Ever since then, people have been stopping in for the Williamson's tradition. We invite you to do the same here at 1634 Veterans Boulevard, or catch us on Facebook, or just come get you some.
Okay, before I recognize our touchdown club officers that are on their way out, I want to express to all of our senior football players and our parents of these seniors, they've been a special group. They've accomplished a lot. I really felt like going into this season, we could win a region championship. I felt like, and I told them, I think we can win it all. And I thought we could. But you have to play good every night, and that doesn't happen very often. Winning the state championship is not easy. Best teams don't always win championships. We didn't play very well on the road when we went to Brooks County. We didn't. We played really well the night we went to Swainsboro. Swainsboro turned around and went to Brooks and beat Brooks to play for the state championship. This team was close. They really were. And I think part of the reason they were close to being right there was the leadership of this group of seniors. Oh, they have their moments. What young men don't, what grown men don't. We have our moments. I understand that. But I really believe that this group of seniors cared about each other. They had each other's back. They wanted to excel. And that's not only a trait for them. I think a lot of that is because of these guys. There's a good relationship. There's a mutual respect between that group of players and these group of men here. I didn't say everything's always going to be rosy. But at the end of the day, you guys, seniors, you've had good careers. We're not done. I think we're going to have some other seniors. I know we've got 2 right now, maybe 3, that are going to have the opportunity to sign and go play college football. That's how I feel right now. So all of a sudden, that's 4 out of a senior class, if that's how it works out. Folks, don't take that for granted. That don't happen very many places. I look forward to seeing this football team next year. I feel like we've got a experienced group of juniors. If you remember all those guys we had, we said third year. There were more third year this year that are coming back than we had fourth years this year going out. If we can keep working, keep improving, keep coming, we're going to have a chance to be good. Our region next year is 10 teams. All nine of those games are drawn out of the hat. I don't know what you know, but I know when you look at Waco, historically, they're pretty good. Dodge County, always pretty darn good. Bleckley's, pretty good. Northeast Macon, really good. Southwest Macon, quarterback was a sophomore and threw for 3,000 yards this year. Going to be a pretty tough schedule. And we just happened to decide, since we needed one more game, we'll just go ahead and open up with Swainsboro, because that's Dublin's oldest rival. So Swainsboro is the only non-region game, back-to-back state runner-ups. We're going back to their place again. They would love to get a hold of us. When they going to get a chance? That's why we're working now. I encourage the players to get ready for spring ball, work hard in the off season. Parents, help out, be a part of the Booster Club. I want to recognize the individuals that have spent relentless time trying to help your young people be successful. Our secretary, who's going to return and do the same job next year, although her son is graduating, Miss Lisa Daniel. You come up, Miss Daniel. Our vice president, who does a lot of many different things, Mr. Vaishon McBride. Again, he had no child on the team, but he gave 100% effort. He's coming out of the back. He's done a great job for us in the role as VP. And if I'm mistaken, or did you handle that role for 2 years? Yeah, that's what I thought. He'd been in that role 2 years. God bless him. Next guy has served in the role of president for 2 years. We're going to miss him, but he'll always be around helping. Mr. Nelson Carswell III, come on down. I think if you served 2 years in that role, the least we can do for you is present you a Dublin football helmet. Introduce Alton. You'll turn it over to him right here.
Thank you so much, Coach. I do have a couple of things I'd like to say. Thanks, Vaishon, for having my back for the last couple of years. Couldn't have done a thing without Lisa. I mean, if there's not money in the bank, we can't operate, and she's going to keep her hand on every nickel, I promise you. Kids out here, my guys, I've been with some of you 4 years. Love every one of you. Thank you for calling me and when you see me in the halls and saying, hey, Mr. Nelson, how you doing? Guys, you don't know how good that makes an old guy feel. You know, Cam, keep on reaching out to me. I know you're going to, boy. There you go. Parents that are here. Guys, please continue to hold these young men accountable every day for what they do at home. It makes it so much easier for my coaches down here to hold them accountable on that football field that's going to make them better citizens in Dublin, Georgia. I can thank you for that. Like I say, I'm going out. I've got two good guys coming in. Got Mr. Alton Culver coming in as president of our Touchdown Club. Welcome, Mr. Culver. And Kirk Hartwell, if Kirk's here, Kirk Hartwell will be coming in as vice president. Stand up back there, Kirk.
Thank you. All right, we'll give Mr. Alton 1 second here just to speak to you. Thank y'all for coming. Any pictures you want to get, you can get the guys together. God bless you. It's been a great year. Looking forward to the next one. We'll turn it over to Mr. Alton.
I would just like to say good evening to everyone, and I want to thank the legacy of leadership that's going out, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to serve you guys this year. I would like to just say, you know, the other night, well, probably about 2 months ago, I was having dinner with someone that I respect and admire a lot, and he made a comment. He said, some things are caught and not taught. Some things are caught and not taught. So I would like to solicit everyone that is not a member of the Touchdown Club to join it, because what it does, it gives these kids an opportunity to see that they have a village. They have a village that cares about them, that cares about their success as student athletes on and off the field. And it means so much to them when they see that village. So I would just like to encourage everyone, if you're not a part of the Touchdown Club, please join us. Come fellowship with us so these guys can see how much their work is appreciated. And one last thing, I started to wear some overalls here today, but I didn't have any green in them. But the reason why, I've watched Coach Holmes over the years, and it's a blue-collar program. When you have guys that are coached like he coaches them and pushes them to work, and a lot of these guys will go both ways, offense and defense. Sometimes you don't see that in programs. But when they have the work ethic instilled in them, I just want to show up in some overalls and carry a lunchbox, because that's the type of program that we have here. If you want to work, Dublin Irish. That's what we promote. So just go Irish, and I encourage each of you to join the Touchdown Club and be a part of what's going on. Thank you.